Hi, welcome to Rajal Naik. In this video, we are going to discuss about Azure Data Studio. So in this Azure Data Studio, where we can create different new connections and all everything can be created. Apart from that, whatever the queries we want to write in reference to the connect to the SQL servers and all everything, we can write here accordingly. So this Azure Data Studio is like a cloud related application which will be used to connect to different databases through different instances. We can create and run queries equally. At the same time, we can create different notebooks followed by deploying the servers, all that stuff. So all these things can be done using this Azure Data Studio. So now what is that I'm doing is to see how this running of a query is all about. So where if you want to run any kind of query, which is to be disconnected or which is to be selected where we need to connect the SQL server, which is essentially important here. So unless until if you are not connecting to the server, it is difficult for us to delete or to regret to understand all this, where we need to install different SQL administrative packs. Followed by this, if you want to connect with any kind of PowerShell or something like Postgres, SQL and all everything can be connected here equally. Now for this, we need to connect some SQL, wherein here an SQL admin pack is what we need to connect with, wherein I'm connecting here, right? So I'm connecting the admin pack here because as in when we didn't have any connect to this. So wherein you can see here, we can update, right? So we can do this. Now, right, so this is where generally this updations are being taken care of and updations and all everything we are doing now. So whenever we are working on this, like the SQL server in reference to the administrative pack and all that. So where we have to learn how to install it and how to use this in regular intervals where it is getting installed here. You can see there is an installation process which is going on. So not only installation of SQL admins and all everything to write some queries, whatever the queries we want to write here, make sure we need to have some SQL admin pack and all everything has to be installed. That is one thing which we need to know. Apart from that, we must be knowing about how to connect this Postgres SQLs, all that. Like because Postgres SQL, even to connect queries and as well as managing the databases using Azure database is also something essentially important. So for this, what is that we need to do? Wherein we need to understand how this Postgres SQL and all everything will be used for and how this can be connected equally. So finally, in reference to the data studios, what is that we have created so far? Whenever we are working on this data studio in connect to the connections in connect to creation of the queries, all that stuff, and or else if you want to create any kind of deploying server or creating a notebook, all that stuff, where one must be having in sufficient server installations which has to be done. Followed by that, whatever the necessary SQL Server agent, SQL Server profilers, at the same time imports, all these things can be connecting to this as an extension. So that deployment as well as deploying followed by writing SQL queries and all everything will become much easier. So this is all an overall understanding over the data studio in reference to the Azure part is all about. For more information as well as any queries, please reach out to the contact details which will be posted in this video. Followed by this, in coming days, I'll make different videos, especially for the new beginners in reference to the Azure Data Studio by connecting with the Postgres SQL, PowerShell, data virtualization of it. So that I hope these videos will give a basic and overall understanding over Azure Data Studio and how it works, how it functions and all that. I hope you have liked this video. Thank you.